Welcome to EJ's Gym, a guide to elevate your mindset. We're here, baby. All right, and I want to talk about one of the first things one of the first things, not really one of the first things, because I have like podcasts out, but one of the first, let's call it an electronic workbook. Eventually I will have hard copies as well, or interactive notebook, because it can be electronic, and I'll have some physical copies as well in due time. And this is something that I've kind of, in a sense, been creating for years, just kind of going back and fine tuning and going back. And the first part, of course, is EJ's Gym is a guide to elevate your mindset, and I like to start off with self awareness, learning about who you are. Who are you? Who do you think you are in relations to your environment? Like what's around you, your family, what's around you, your friends, what's around you, people at your job, co-workers, whatever the case may be, right? Who are you, right? So the first thing I would say, or the first thing in the exercise, is to identify that. Who are you? Meaning, if you had to describe yourself to a friend and you didn't know yourself, if you can, and you had to describe yourself to a friend, like, hey, you can jump out of your body. This is EJ. How would you describe yourself? You know what I mean? And for me, I like to say, confident, intelligent, strong, and I start off with 3 characteristics, just 3. I can list forever. And be honest with yourself. Be completely honest with yourself. All right? Who are you? Right? And let's see if I can pull up the PowerPoint. And on my end, right, who am I? And this is, and I explain who I am, right? And this is EJ's Gym, a guide to elevate your mindset, right? And after that first exercise, we're gonna dive into, let me see if I can pull it up from here. There's just a few things that I'm gonna combine in that workbook, right? And who am I? Right, we're going to do the characteristics. Let's see if it matches, because I did this a long time ago. Strong, handsome, intelligent. That's what I put. It says, and it says, what are your underlying beliefs? But we'll get to that. All right. So that's right. Who am I? And all right. So the next thing we would do before we get into the self-awareness piece is think about the 3 characteristics that you chose to describe you. How do those 3 words truly describe you? Is it positive or negative? Write a paragraph explaining how these characteristics define you. Be sure to use all 3 characteristics and explain why you chose each one. So now we're digging deep. We're digging in deeper of that underlying belief of what do you truly think about yourself, right? So we're going to take those 3 characteristics and we're going to talk about why, right? Strong, I said strong because I'm resilient. I'm able to endure the obstacles in life. And I wrote this a long time ago. I'm strong because I'm willing to stand out from the crowd. I'm okay with creating my own path. I'm okay with people not understanding my journey. I'm okay with being alone to learn my true strengths. I'm willing to go through mental and physical obstacles to grow mentally and physically. I'm willing to push myself until I reach all of my goals. Right, so that's That's the reason why I think I'm strong. That's my true underlying beliefs about myself, that I'm just resilient. I'll keep going. I want it. Like, if I have my eye on something, and I will continue to go there until I reach it. Right. So that's why I believe I am strong. Intelligent. It says I am intelligent because I think on my own. I'm willing to do research to find answers to what I'm curious about. I do not let outside influences control what I think. Right. So, like I said, that's just getting into the digging a little deeper, when it comes to you know self awareness and learning who you are. All right, and this is a strategy, right? This is a strategy. You guys can get this for free. You can get this for free, you know, and this is a strategy. Um, I said the world is your mirror. I like to say that the world reflects your true inner deep thoughts about yourself. What you believe in your heart and mind projects to the world. The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both usually right. Now that I did get from Will Smith. I heard that quote, and I think at the time I was teaching and working in special education, and I thought that was a great quote to put up on the board for the kids to look at. So, like, especially my kids who struggle with their positive thinking and that positive self-talk, I put that up on the board so they understood that they were the ones in control of that. All right. So the strategy is spend at least 10 minutes a day alone. And it can be, you can start off with 5. Do whatever works for you. In silence, I would say silence. Let's just start off with silence and visualize what you want. Visualize what you want and who you want to become. And me is, I am the guy to help you elevate your mindset. I am the guy who created a program called, Let the Kids Play and Train. And I am the guy, right? So I see it. I see myself doing it. I see myself creating a program. I see myself creating something new, and I'm holding on to that thought, that vision, those activities, everything that I see myself doing and becoming, right? So you can, that'll be perfect if you can do that daily. If you can do that daily, that'd be great. What can also help the mindset is taking a picture of something that you really want, a goal. Just say, for instance, I have a microphone in my room with the EJ's Gym picture with it on air, like I'm doing the radio, doing EJ's Gym, because I see myself doing this, creating content via podcast, via radio, whatever the case may be, to help you elevate your mindset, because I truly see that. So that is a great exercise to get into and do. All right. So it says, all right, time is a master worker that heals the wounds of temporary defeat and equalizes the inequalities and rights the wrongs of the world. There is nothing impossible with time. So, what does this quote mean to you, and how does this relate to accomplishing a goal? So, I want you to take that, and listen to that. What is time? What does time mean? It said time is a master worker that heals the wounds of the temporary defeat. Right? They say time heals all wounds. Right? So understand, what does that mean? There's nothing impossible with time. What does that mean? Does that mean use your time wisely? Does that mean not to be patient and rush things? What does that mean about time? does time do? Understand time and how to use time as a tool. How to use time as a tool to help you become the person that you want to be, right? All right, so let's look at this self image, and all this will be combined in the workbook, right? So I'm just giving you a snapshot, a preview of the things that I really enjoy talking about, the reason why I truly created EJ's Gym. Okay, so it says those exercises that I gave you were to help you with this exercise, right? And it says, what does it mean to be self aware, right? And I put self awareness is the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, thoughts, or emotions do or do not align with your eternal standards. That gut feeling. That gut feeling. Says self awareness, the ability to focus on yourself and how your actions, thoughts, and emotions do or do not align with your internal standards. Your gut will tell you. Are you aware of that feeling in your body? All right. Conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. All right. Self-awareness. All right. Self-awareness can be described as understanding your emotions and feelings. It can also be described as knowing how much space you take up in a room or the sound of your voice. Self-awareness can be your perceived value or worth in this game of life. Knowing is powerful. All right, hold on 1 second. It says knowing is powerful, but belief can change a mindset. What are your true underlying beliefs about yourself, your looks, your behaviors, your skills, your overall human presence? What do you truly feel about yourself? How do you view yourself? And this is where, like I said, when we talk about the characteristics, you did that. So you will fill that in to this spot of the workbook with the characteristics. Right, and I love this quote. And we can after. Okay, it says no man has a chance to enjoy permanent success until he begins to look in the mirror for all the real cause of his mistakes. I got that from Napoleon Hill. I forget. I think that might have been the Think Rich, Grow Rich book. One of those books. It says, "What does this quote mean to you?" See, it says no man has a chance to enjoy permanent success until he begins to look in the mirror for the real cause of his mistakes. What does this mean to you? All right, we'll end off this. It says rewire your thought process. So it can be done, meaning if you struggle with positive self-talk, like if you see yourself in a negative light, you can rewire your thought process, but you have to go through a few steps and understand and be real with yourself, right? No, the thing is acceptance. I have a video on acceptance. You can look at that. Check out my YouTube channel. You can check out my video. Accept where you stand. I mean, where you are, where you see yourself right now. And if it's in a negative light, it's okay to say that. So you know that's your starting point, and you know what you have to change. There's nothing wrong with that. Be real with yourself. That's what I said, right? It says let's start the process by looking in the mirror. If you had an opportunity to change the way you viewed yourself, would you? Yes or no? And that's the first question you want to ask yourself if you want to make a change. So, like I said, that's just a little preview of a few things that I'm going to have that I will have in my workbook. It's gonna be an electronic workbook. It's gonna be a workbook, a hard copy notebook, and I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little kind of brief. That's just kind of like the intro of my basically of the reason why I created this program is because, like I said, the goal was to actually create a guide to elevate your mindset. Jim out.